find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
SmashMouth Footballerz.
We got a dream, next to the team, yeah, we can handle it. Soon as I go and I step in arenas, they call
Introducing.
They know what it is, know what I do.
Nick Tate.
Who don't understand? Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue. My ring.
Joe Caldero.
Yeah, they know it's true. They couldn't walk a mile or even fit
Chad Young.
my shoes. Still I got a lot to prove, but for all that we've been through, this overdue. This the anthem.
Hey, welcome to SmashMouth Footballerz. I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldera.
I'm the Cadillac.
And guys, we're just constantly growing. We truly appreciate all that love and support you're giving out to us. We're at 3,100 subscribers, and we're almost 3,500. That's all we got to get to. We're going to be able to give away those 4 jerseys. That's 3 Tajay Spears and 1 Jackson, all authenticated and signed. But just speaking about a jersey giveaway, Bill Prestridge, he won one of our jerseys back earlier in the year for James Cook.
Great jersey.
Great season. Edwin Russian.
Yep. And we're going to give a little shout out right here for it.
SmashMouth Footballerz, I appreciate you guys very much sending me this autographed James Cook jersey. Also appreciate the advice through the year. I was able to win 2 of my fantasy football leagues with a little bit of your help. Also, big thanks to Cadillac, you're my boy.
All right, and that's from our guy there, James, with that James Cook jersey, Mr. Prestridge. Now, look, this is just one giveaway, guys, so make sure you go back through some of our videos. We've got a lot of gear that we gave away, and we still haven't had anybody reach out to us. And again, reach out to us at smashmouth1footballers@gmail.com.
Man, we've got all kind of merchandise.
Yep.
And all we want to do is give it to you guys.
Yep.
We just have milestones we want to meet to give it to you.
Yep.
Give you information, give you some knowledge that we have, and we can share knowledge with you guys.
We need some stuff from y'all. We got Funko Pops to give away. We got speed helmets. We got mystery boxes. And all we're asking, like right now, we really need to know league winners and losers, who you drafted early, who you got value from, who won your leagues for us, because that helps us go into next year. And all these proceeds and stuff that we get helps us build this brand. And we just recently gotten a new studio, and that's thanks to y'all, family. And what we're going to go into now is basically these playoff games.
Yeah, postseason, baby. Postseason.
You predicted the Texans to win. That was awesome.
2 of them.
Yeah, you predicted 2.
I predicted Texans to win and the Rams.
Yep. And we talked about the matchup, how we wouldn't be surprised if the Rams won. I mean, because of what happened.
There's too many weapons on the field. You can't cover all those weapons.
And we've kind of seen Sam Darnold's climax.
Playoff Matt Stafford is way different than regular season Matt Stafford.
And they got healthy too, and it still didn't even involve Cooper Kupp that much.
Man, that was crazy, huh?
Yeah.
People, it's like a wave. People are on the Matt Stafford bandwagon. They're like, oh, Matt Stafford's done. He's old. He's washed up. Matt Stafford is awesome, man. He's just a great football player.
He's just got to get more consistent.
Yeah, he's got to get more consistent, but he's one of the most accurate passers in the league, and he's a pocket quarterback, which is rare now.
So what's interesting? Like I went to at one time, I went to the Capital One Bowl. It was whenever Michigan State played Georgia, and that was that No Sean Moreno, Matt Stafford team, and Michigan State had Javon Ringer, and great game. Georgia ended up blowing them out, but. There was a pass down the sideline Matt Stafford threw to No Sean Moreno on a wheel route, 40-something yards on a rope. If you go watch that video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm watching now. The arm strength is still the same. No matter how old he gets, his arm talent is still top 5 in the NFL. Has to be.
By the way, shout out No Sean Moreno.
Yeah,
that's a name you don't hear very often.
Well, man, he had a great game. I think he was the MVP of that Capital One Bowl game. And with that, the Rams going in, how did y'all feel watching Jordan Love and that battered Packers team go against the Eagles?
So if you want to talk about a player who is on a wave, that is absolutely Jordan Love's whole career.
Do you think he's streaky? Like,
yes,
if he's good, he's good, but when he's down...
And he depends 100% on Josh Jacobs
all day long.
Josh Jacobs sets the tone. Josh Jacobs is that team on offense. If Josh Jacobs struggles, even if he does have a good game, Jordan Love can ruin the entire game for him.
I think some of the biggest issues is they don't have a standout wide receiver. You know, they need two, but they don't have one because none of them. You know, one week. Dontavian Wicks is doing good. Romeo Dobbs is doing good. Christian Watson is doing good.
Jalen Reed one time did
it's
good.
not that they're good all season. They're like good for one game.
It's a team full of number 2s and number 3s.
There's injuries, and they're injured.
And they're always getting hurt.
injured.
Always
Romeo Dobbs wearing the Guardian cap.
Yes,
Gets
still
a
done.
concussion.
Still
done.
concussion.
The only guy that's the constant on that offense, well, there's 2 of them. Well, Tucker Kraft got hurt too, but Josh Jacobs is the only constant on that team.
It surprised me because Luke Musgraves was the better tight end in that draft class.
He's the better blocker for sure.
And he held his hat on catching the ball. That was so weird. But that's the second youngest team in the NFL. So
they got a lot of time to grow.
Fantasy football take. I drafted Jordan.
Yeah.
I will never, ever, ever. I don't care if it's the 10th, 12th, 14th pick. Jordan Love is done.
Burner.
Done.
He's done burned you too much.
You have some commitment issues.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
I
do,
do,
man.
I really do.
Oh, God.
Man, your relationships are terrible.
Dude,
So,
you know what?
let's go.
You're not good for me this season. It's over.
Yeah, it's over. It's over. Bye-bye.
And I will say this, like,
I'm gonna look at Baker Mayfield. Look how many bad
Done.
season he had. But look,
And I
look at him this year.
I love watching Baker Mayfield play football. Done.
But
You're
y'all
dead
broke
to
up.
me.
Y'all broke up a long time ago.
You're dead to me.
Yep. I even sent the Saints 100 emails trying to get him to the Saints.
No more dates and no more desserts for you, buddy. You're out here.
Let's go over some stats real quick.
Okay.
Jordan Love, 212 yards in a playoff in a wild card.
In a wild card game. Yeah.
And 3 interceptions, 0 touch. 3 interceptions.
That quarterback play is got to be one of the highlights of this wild card round because it wasn't just him.
No.
The only
Sam
Sam
Darnold.
Sam Darnold was choke artist number 1.
Justin
Sam Darnold.
Herbert.
If you took the worst Sam Darnold from the Jets and Carolina, that's who showed up. That's who showed
Isn't
up.
that weird?
Boy, he had that pass in the end zone and he just overthrew him, and I'm like, man, like this isn't getting him easier than this.
You have no excuses. You have one of the best offensive lines in football. You got Justin Jefferson.
Brian Flores turned that defense around, and there's not hardly anybody that I know by name on that defense. You know,
So and so you've got Aaron Jones.
yeah,
Still a dog. Still a
being
dog.
productive. Yeah,
Jordan Addison is a fantastic number 2.
Justin Jefferson, great.
One of the best tight ends in the game.
Hawkinson's good.
So that was 100% on Sam Darnold.
It was 11 sacks in the first half.
And he held the ball too long.
Bouncing and jumping.
He didn't make any decisions.
No.
But-
they said he was there. His timing in the pocket is the longest in the league.
It was insane. Yeah.
So we'll get to the Vikings game in just a second.
Yeah.
So we're going to do the Green Bay Eagles real quick, and Eagles win. Of course, I picked the Eagles to win Super Bowl.
Yep.
22-10. Actually, the Eagles didn't impress me a whole lot. They should have done way more.
They grinded it out.
Yeah.
They just went to the run game. They went to the ground.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's you hang your hat on it.
Josh Jacobs was the only person that did anything, 81 yards and 1 touchdown.
I thought he had the best run of the playoffs. That one where you go to the end zone, they were dragging him by his jersey and stuff.
Shirt.
It was great.
Yeah,
Such
fantastic.
an run. Yep.
So Eagles side of the ball, Jalen Hurts had 2 touchdowns, 131 yards. So they weren't throwing the ball, which actually hurt AJ 10 yards on 1 catch. They had him double covered though the entire time. But usually he can break that.
If you're running the ball, who cares?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. So they went to Devonta Smith a lot.
Yes.
Do you know postseason and early last year, Jalen Hurts did the same thing. He went to Devonta Smith at the end of the season more than A.J. Brown.
Yep.
In the beginning of the season, it was A.J. Brown. Same thing this year. It's weird. It's kind of a...
It's almost like
pattern.
Devonta Smith is probably the skinniest receiver in the league.
He's fast, too.
That's the thing. He gets lost in the mix because he's so small.
Small,
I
you
guess.
think so?
Yeah, and he runs perfect routes. The dude is crisp as can be.
My point is like last year,
Yeah.
right? Jalen Hurts started flooding the ball to Devonta Smith at the end of the year.
Yep.
And then this year he's doing the same thing.
Yep. He's
That's
patting
weird.
A.J. Brown in the beginning of the season.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yep. So
It works.
I'm not saying it's not. Just it's crazy.
So since we've talked about these two teams, those are the two teams that are lining up. Number 4 Rams and number 2 Eagles. Who do you have, Rams or Eagles?
Eagles.
So
And
Eagles.
I love the Rams.
And I think it's going to be the same game plan. I think it's going to be Saquon.
Saquon.
Because whenever they met, I mean, remember they've met early in the week 12. That's when Saquon Barkley went off. He had 250. Remember that 255 yards? That was against the Rams.
That was against the Rams.
The same Rams that had 11 sacks against Sam Darnold.
If I'm not mistaken, Dallas Goedert was hurt.
Yep.
At that time, he's here.
I'm gonna tell you
And the Rams are one of the worst defenses against the tight end.
Well, if the defense that showed up last week shows up for the Rams, it may not be the same game.
I don't think so. The two dominant offensive lines in the NFL are the Detroit and the Eagles. And as good as Jared Verse is, and as good as Braden Frisk is, and all, hey, they're great pass rushers, and they're young, and they're gonna be awesome. This is different going against this run team of the Eagles. I mean, they proved it last week. Hey, we'll just run the ball down your throat. We don't care. We don't care how we win. We're going to win.
And an elusive quarterback.
Yep.
Who and one of the best protectors of the quarterback as a running back, which is Saquon. It's going to be hard.
And we talked about it. The Eagles had more turnovers in the wild card round than any other team had. They had 3 interceptions against this. So hey, they're like, we'll run the ball. Our best offense, our best defense is keeping Matt Stafford on the sidelines.
Keep him off the field because he is dangerous.
Run the ball, win. And I think that's going to be the recipe.
2 things worry me. Picking the Eagles at the Super Bowl. 2 things worry me. His name is Puka Nacua and Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
Kyron Williams in this one does not worry me.
Puka Nacua is different. That front 7 for the Eagles is so good with Jalen. Now, they did lose their linebacker. They lost Nakobe Dean.
Yeah. Yes.
They did lose Nakobe Dean.
It hurts, but
I don't think it stops him.
Kyron Williams won't have the running room.
No.
Not with Zach Bond.
No.
There.
So
Zach Bond is just a different animal now.
Yeah.
You leave the Saints, you grow up, I guess. I don't know.
Yep.
Next game.
How did y'all... Can I bring up something before we talk? Pittsburgh Ravens game. I thought this was going to be closer. You can tell that they need to go. The Steelers need to go all in on getting a real quarterback.
A real one.
Yep.
It is absolutely not Russell Wilson.
Can I bring up how the NFL's failing us all as fans?
Sure.
Okay, here. Those games, ABC, NBC, CBS, your headline games, the ratings are 31 million, 31 million. When you go put a game on Amazon Prime and your fan base can't watch it, and correct me if I'm wrong, NFL, you're a nonprofit. We're fans. Hey, a lot of us people are blue collar. We don't have the money to go get a Prime account.
We live off the grid where we can't get the internet.
Hey, there's people in Cleveland, Chicago. There's people who support their team, and they don't want to pay for that. It's $20 they don't want to pay for.
Yeah.
Put the games on NBC, ABC, CBS. Hey, your job is to entertain us, not get millions of dollars.
Don't get me fired up, Chad.
I'm sorry.
I like Amazon Prime, just to let y'all know.
I watch movies.
Yeah, hey, I order everything from it. Hey, I don't want to watch my football on Amazon Prime.
So
I don't want to watch my football on Netflix.
No,
neither do I.
You don't want to watch anything on Netflix that's going to be highly viewed because it's just going to spin. It's just going to spin.
And
they are not set up for live television.
This is not anything political. This is just has to do with commentary and everything else. Hey, stop showing it on ESPN. I'm tired of Booker. I watch the Peyton podcast. I watch the Manning podcast because if I watch the others, it's ridiculous.
Right. What's his name? Chris Collinsworth and his love affair with Patrick Mahomes.
Jesus.
It doesn't have to even be a Kansas City Chiefs game that he's talking about.
My God, man. He compares Jesus to Mahomes. Man, get out of here. I'm sorry. I'm off my soapbox. I apologize.
I'm not done.
Okay. Let's stay on.
Pat Mahomes.
Let's stay on.
No. Since we're going to talk about ruining fan bases on stuff, how come we're going to add another out-of-country game? Now, you've got people who pay for season tickets who are now losing another game.
They're trying to get people from overseas to actually
be interested.
Watch our football.
I lived in Germany in the 90s. Right? I lived there for years.
Yep.
They had a thing called the European Football League. You remember that?
Yep.
Remember it failed?
Yeah, it failed.
Because people over there watch soccer.
It was on USA. It was a developmental league. They had 4 to 6 teams, and it was all European leagues. It was like the Birmingham,
the Frankfurt Galaxy.
Yeah, and it was the worst football I ever watched.
Shout out Jake Delhomme.
He came from it. Yeah, he came from it. Shout out Mike McCarthy, who kind of hopefully get coach of the Saints. He coached Jake Delhomme for a couple of years in New Orleans.
So I don't understand. So what they're doing is they're pushing the fan to the back and putting the money
and putting the money to the front. And I can't take it. Ratings are supposed to be what you're going for because it's advertisements. Nobody cares. Hey, I don't care if you don't go play in Madrid. You want to play somewhere different? Go to Des Moines.
They're trying to turn our football into the new soccer, which is worldwide.
Never going to happen.
It's never going to happen. Look at Maradona, hand of God. There's nothing like that. Nobody cares about the Immaculate Reception in Madrid. They care about bullfighting. Stop.
Manchester United will have 100,000 people in the stands for one soccer match and have 20,000 in the stands for a football game.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So it doesn't make
and
sense.
the Glazers own them.
Can we please go back now? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Ravens, Bills.
Ravens Steelers on the last game.
Yeah, Ravens Steelers in the last game. It was apparent that Pittsburgh needs to go get a new quarter. They got to get a quarterback.
He did throw 2 touchdowns.
He did.
Yep.
But it was a struggle.
It didn't look good at all.
It was not clean.
What they really need to do,
their running game looked crap.
What they really need to do is quit putting everything into Najee Harris. Warren is the better running back.
It looks like it to me.
But he's still at number 2.
Yeah.
Najee Harris is not anything to me. Rashard White and Najee Harris, same guy.
I think so too. Najee Harris, he's supposed to be big inside. Now he did have a section in fantasy football where he carried you about 3 or 4 weeks, but he fell off. I don't know if it's it's every year.
It's enough to earn certain incentives or certain whatever.
I don't know if it's conditioning. I don't know what it is, but at a certain point you've got to upgrade that position. And I thought with Arthur Smith, they would kind of push for that. And
then if you look on the other side of the field with the Baltimore Ravens,
everything's perfect.
They just smoked them.
Oh, my gosh.
I do remember me saying it was going to be a Baltimore butt whooping.
I said it was going to be 41-17.
It got there.
Yeah.
It almost got there. It was close.
Lamar Jackson looked fantastic, but, you could tell that Lamar Jackson was thinking, this is not going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to hand the ball off to my guy over there for almost 200 yards and 2 touchdowns.
He didn't have to do no magic, and that's the best games they won.
Run there too. Boy. He got out through the middle and gone.
You could almost see those defensive backs and safeties when that big Volkswagen's running at them full speed.
If you're a corner, do you want that? Do you want to eat that?
They're tackling him as they're falling.
Yeah.
They're sitting there thinking, all right, this is my season-ending tackle.
Yeah.
Right,
do you want to eat that?
Let me get at that guy's shoestrings.
Right.
Yeah, he's an animal, man. Your brother was brilliant for drafting Derrick Henry in the first round.
Yeah. And on the other side, we had the Bills game, which Josh Allen does what Josh Allen does.
Josh Allen MVP?
No.
Of course not.
No, Lamar is.
Yeah,
Lamar statistically had a better year. Joe Burrow probably deserves it.
Joe Burrow should have been.
He probably deserves it, but
Mm-hmm.
Khalil Shakir, look at these stats this dude's just putting up. What is it, second in yards after the catch this season?
Yeah, he did
and
good.
No love, bro. Hardly no love.
None.
I really like the emergency of Keon Coleman. Coming out of Florida State, I thought he was a little unpolished. I thought it was going to take him 2 years, but he's starting. Now the playoffs come, and he's really developing.
He only had 1 catch for 5 yards. He's a good blocker.
Yeah, and the route running is amazing. It's not that.
I think he's a victim of too many mouths to feed.
There was times in that game where he was open. Oh, I know. Josh Allen missed him deep on a. I think it was a post. It was a post. He was wide open. I think Josh Allen just missed him deep a little bit, and he catches that. That's another score. He could have walked in.
Curtis Samuel looked really good. 68 yards and a touchdown.
He did good.
Shakir, man, that dude will catch anything if it's anywhere near him.
And look. He's going forward, and he's going forward. He's going to get yak yards too. He's so good.
Dalton Kincaid is going to be a problem in the playoffs.
That surprised me because he didn't do much this year.
So let's go to the other side.
James Cook is the man.
Bo Nix.
Man, look, at the beginning of that game, I thought it was going to be some competition.
I said this is going to be a problem.
I saw it. I was like, all right, they got that touchdown. It looked like they did it fairly easily. They were going to get it. They were going to compete a little bit. Right. And then they got 1 touchdown. They're like, all right, so we did that. And it was over with.
It was a great drive at halftime. I mean, if Blake Grupe, Will Lutz makes that field goal, it's a tie game at halftime, and you got momentum.
Right.
He missed it, and they come out scoring, I think.
And that was it, bro.
That was it.
It was over with.
When the score got a little bit elevated, I think it was 14 or 17 to 7.
Yeah.
Bo Nix started panicking.
Yeah, it's too big for him right now. I don't.
But it don't help. They had zero, and I mean it, zero running game.
They've had it all year.
No running game.
Like they had nothing.
It's a small miracle. Yeah, it's all coach of the year. Sean Payton should coach of the year because this team had like one of the highest salary caps because of that Russell Wilson. They just let him walk. They weren't supposed to be anywhere near the playoffs.
Right.
They were.
And he's the one who said Bo Nix is my guy.
Bo Nix, my guy. 15th. And it was a 14th, 15th pick. All these people came and he was like, I want Bo Nix. Nobody wanted Bo Nix. Bo Nix is 400 years old. He's played.
I think Bo Nix played 8 years in college. I mean, it seems like it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was Auburn, Oregon.
Look, he's
everywhere.
I'm gonna get a life insurance plan on him. He's so old, but he come out. He's played well. He's ran the ball. He
was their leading rusher.
At 43
yards.
At one point, he was putting up the same statistical scout line as Jaden Daniels. I mean, that's insane. Like there was a discussion about who's going to be Rookie of the Year, and I think we can all agree the Commanders are more stacked than the Broncos.
Right.
So
going forward, though, the Broncos have something to work on.
Oh man, you got.
I do believe in sophomore slumps. I think the Broncos are going to probably miss the playoffs next year, but that third year with him,
Bo Nix played 5 years of college football.
So, So that third year, if they keep Courtland Sutton, they build a running game, work on that offensive line, get another top wide receiver. It's not going to be Marvin Mims. It's not Troy Franklin. They need somebody big.
Yeah.
T. Higgins, somebody.
That was that
Waddle.
That touchdown was first rookie-to-rookie touchdown in the playoffs.
And
Troy Franklin,
that was his guy. That was his guy in college.
Yep. And you know what's all like? That's how young this team is going forward. If they get that salary cap taken care of, they're going to have legit weapons.
Yeah.
Like they got to get a running game.
I think Bo Nix is going to be a mainstay in the wild cards and playoffs going forward.
Oh yeah. So. Saying that and reviewing those two games, this is probably going to be my favorite game to watch. Ravens and Bills.
So, I already know, Chad, who you're going to pick.
Yeah.
You're going to pick Lamar. I am going to pick Lamar as well.
That's a great pick because he's 27 years old.
27 years old, 27 club.
I already said I think it's going to be Lamar to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. We're not going to go that far.
I'm not trying to. I'm a Lamar fan. It's just they're clicking, man, and they have a better.
You look
team.
at it. Look at it. If you look at it, where is their weakness? Where is their weakness?
Who's that?
On offense for the
their defense is on fire right now too, man.
Their secondary is still one of the weakest in the league.
Yeah,
but they're doing it.
Yeah.
But they don't have a single weakness on offense.
Is anybody in this game going to play man-to-man defense?
Rashad Bateman is showing up every game.
Rashad Bateman looks really good.
I've been waiting for this. Every season they say Rashad Bateman.
There he is.
It's finally happened.
Hey,
It's finally happened.
3 years later. Good job.
Yeah. Ravens are great, man. And if Lamar does win the MVP, it's earned. It's well earned.
With both of these running quarterbacks, is anybody going to play man? Who's going to turn their back to the? Who's turning their back?
They would be insane.
You're insane. Play cover two.
Play cover. Man.
Play cover two. This is what everybody play cover two.
You play cover two, and Rashad Bateman's going to have 2 touchdowns.
This is going to be the funnest game to watch, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, Deontay Johnson has another stop. He got re-signed by the Ravens.
He got picked up again, yeah.
But of course, they can't put him on the roster till after the playoffs.
Oh my gosh!
But I think they're using him as trade bait.
I don't know. That dude's.
But who would want him?
That career's done. He's done.
So
What's he been on 3 teams this year?
If you want to ruin me as a Saints fan, if you put Deontay Johnson on them Saints next year, I'm done. I'm telling you right now, I'm done.
They didn't. They could have picked up They needed him. They don't need nothing. Well, Deontay Johnson.
Over with.
They went Dante Pettis instead of.
They ain't picking him up.
They should have mailed this in 6 games ago. The Saints did.
Yeah. So we're all going scratch.
Derek Carr's out there saying, "Look at everything I did. You guys owe me money."
Okay, let's go. One of my favorite.
Wait a second. One more thing with this Ravens-Bills game. We're all picking the Ravens, right?
Yeah.
But it is in Buffalo.
Yes.
Does that change a point differential for you? Does it make a closer game or anything?
No.
May make a closer game.
And
here's the thing: is Derrick Henry in the snow and Justice Hill in the snow versus James Cook.
Such a fun game. This is going to be a fun game.
Mark Andrews short passes in the snow, I'm not worried about it at all. But you know, I'm changing my pick because, you know, I picked Buffalo.
Yeah.
But after watching the way the Ravens click, there's not a single weakness on their offense. The Bills have some weaknesses on their offense.
Yeah, we've already
shut down Khalil Shakir, it gets really tough.
Yeah.
It gets real bad.
We've done told you about the 27 club with Buffalo.
If you get a good spy on Josh Allen, it's a tough game for Josh Allen.
Game.
Yep.
It's a tough game. And the defenses match up about even.
Yep. Go ahead, Joe. What we got next?
We got, speaking of the Bills, Broncos. Oh, we already did Broncos.
Yep.
Chargers and Texans, my favorite game.
Okay.
Joe did say the Texans would win.
Yeah, it's great.
And they just completely showed up.
Well, here's what's crazy. First quarter, they did not.
Right.
And then it was like all of a sudden somebody lit a fire in them boys.
I really think it was Nico Collins.
I think it was D'Amico Ryans.
That Nico Collins play started it off.
Yeah.
I got the momentum going.
Because you could see Nico on the sideline trying to keep everybody in it. They're like, come on. He was like, come on.
Yeah. It's just...
and he's not a vocal guy at all.
No.
D'Amico Ryans had that defense ready to play. I'm going to say that much. Like, that dude is so good. He's a leader of men.
Yes.
Yep.
I'll tell you right now, their D shook them.
Yeah, I did. Look, it was Justin Herbert. I've always thought highly of him, but look, I watched that and I'm like, man, you are...
This year, you see a lot of these coaches on the sideline trying to take the spotlight, I guess. They're doing a lot of yelling, a lot of talking, D'Amico Ryans doesn't say anything.
No.
He looks at them when they come off the field, and they know, I guess, from the look that he's giving them, he doesn't really say anything. There's
some coaches that like want to scream and holler. This dude just has respect. I mean, but look, he's D'Amico Ryans. I mean, he's got some skins on the wall. Right. I mean, he's got Bobby Slovic, who was the second hot name last year for next head coach. You know, C.J. Stroud's kind of been in this funk or whatever, and he's still getting looks, but that's all D'Amico Ryans this game, I thought. Yeah. And listen, and they're doing what he wants. What does D'Amico Ryans want to do? Run the ball, play defense. And statistically, look, and this may be a problem because going in, Joe Mixon had a great game, but he's injured, right?
Yeah, he has an injury. They haven't decided yet what they're going to do with him.
Okay,
but you got to really. You lose Joe Mixon, you lose the game.
Yeah. Here's the crazy stat. When Joe Mixon was averaging over 4 yards a carry, they were 7-3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when he didn't, 2-3.
Absolutely, because the offense runs.
Offense runs through Joe Mixon. We've said it all year. You got Stephon Diggs. You brought all that in. It didn't matter. He got hurt. If you run the ball and you play defense, like D'Amico Ryans wants you to do, they're always going to be in a game.
Chargers. Justin Herbert, 4 interceptions. I don't know what happened. He showed me something where it was almost Sam Darnold-ish.
That's what I thought. That's what I was thinking.
It looked like regular season Matt Stafford out there.
Yeah,
because he kept throwing the ball straight to.
He threw one straight to the defense.
McConkey.
Yeah,
but it looked like Matt Stafford and Kupp when they couldn't make the connection. He just kept throwing to the same guy over and over and over again. Just keep missing.
Yep.
Yeah,
and he threw it so high on McConkey a lot of times. Like he couldn't get it.
McConkey had 197 yards and a touchdown on 9 catches.
Right, but how many targets?
Oh man,
there's a lot.
Yeah,
McConkey is a league winner for people this year. He's a league winner for me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
and he's gonna be a top high draft pick in fantasy football going forward.
Oh yeah, he'll be second, third round next year, obviously.
JK did nothing, which I didn't expect. I thought JK is a strong runner, man. He should have done more.
You know, and he come off another injury and he got back healthy, but and he was so good at Ohio State. But you know, the Chargers have to make a decision whether they're going to re-sign him or not.
I wouldn't.
I don't think.
Why would you gamble that?
I don't think they will.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got to get rid of Gus the Bus. He's too old. He's too broke down.
Yeah. They both had their problems.
Go with your young guy.
Yeah. Go with your young. You drafted him. Go.
So next round, Texans Chiefs. If Joe Mixon is good, the Texans can win this game, man.
It's something.
But the Chiefs have one of the strongest defenses in the league.
It's strength against strength,
man.
If the third quarter Texans show up next week, the Chiefs have a big problem.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say this: what the Chiefs has done this year is been able to play defense, and on third downs, they were almost 50% of the third downs they were converting.
Right.
Like that's insane.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Regardless, statistically, Patrick Mahomes may have had a down year and everything, but if you're able to do that, that is like the The DVOA, your little second.
They have 4 more players on their team than everybody else.
Sometimes it
They're
seems
all in
like
stripes.
Yeah, they're on stripes.
that. Yeah. Sometimes it does seem like that.
Oh, hey, give it to them.
And they got what's her name up in
If
the.
we pull the chains out, the ball's going to be this far from first down. But you know what? Give it to them.
I wish they would put something on like maybe
It's just Pat.
on like maybe DraftKings or something. How many
Flags.
sightings? How many sightings of
On third down.
of Taylor Swift are we going to?
Oh, there'll be prop bets on that. Definitely.
I say 6. Let's go.
Or
with
how about this? How many uncalled Chiefs?
False starts.
Or how many call? There's. I'm gonna do an over and
Illegal
under
formations.
of three pass interferences after the pass is done.
On third downs.
Hey,
on third down.
After Pat goes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me know if he's going to hit
hey,
me.
look, all the refs look at him and go, hey, throw your flag.
Did you guys?
Pat's saying throw the flag.
Did you guys catch this from me or something?
What?
This like a Mahomes?
I like him. I just look. You can't. I watch.
But
football.
it's obvious.
I watch football. It's obvious. Like
Yeah.
it's so obvious. Even fans who like don't even watch it very often. It's pretty obvious.
I've been saying this the entire season. If the NFL keeps going down this hole that they're going down, it's going to be just like the NBA and LeBron James. LeBron James does the same thing.
Yep.
He'll fall down and no one's even by him, and then blow the whistle.
Hey, in our off season, when we're talking about fantasy, we're going to do other football topics, and we're going to discuss probably NFL conspiracy theories. And one of them I want to go deep dive in with the Chiefs stuff, but it has a little bit to do with the fact that you remember whenever Gruden sent all those emails and they were racist and all that, 65,000 emails were sent. Only Gruden's got leaked. Come on. And there's conspiracy theories around this as well. We're going to discuss all that. But while we're into that, who wins? Chiefs?
I can't do it.
You can't pick them?
Texans.
No,
You pick Texans?
I'm picking the Texans.
Texans.
I pick Chiefs. I just,
Now,
CJ Stroud's the youngest quarterback to start a playoff game.
I don't think it's too big for him.
You don't think so?
No,
He's season
I
2.
mean, look at in college, it wasn't too big for him. Ohio State, he I think the guy's ready, man.
But he's got to show up today.
Yeah,
Got to
so
give it up.
the problem is 2 problems. If these 2 things don't happen, the Chiefs will win easily.
Mixon.
Offensive line is going to have to hold their water in this.
Yep.
And if Joe Mixon doesn't play, it's over.
It's going to be interesting, too. You got Carl Aptis for the Chiefs on one side, and you got Will Anderson Jr. on. So you both young, great
Jones
pass
playing?
rushers.
Is Chris Jones playing or is he done?
I don't know. That's a great
We
question.
better hope he's not.
Yeah. They still got George
I'll tell you what,
Karlaftis.
if the Texans, not Texans directly, but if Damian Pierce from year 1, because I don't know what happened to that boy. Year 1, he was a good running back. Last 2 years, trash.
Running it like a business instead of a sport.
I think Chiefs 24, and I think Texans only at 13.
It could easily happen.
Yeah, that's what I think.
If the offensive line
I think Texans win by 3 points.
Yeah, I think it'd be a last second win. But if the offensive line can't hold their water, it's going to be the most sacks in a playoff game ever.
There was 11 last week.
Yeah.
My gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
Carl Loftus
All right.
will have 5 sacks in this game.
Oh, okay. Wow.
CJ Stroud.
Yep.
Got cerebral palsy out there in the run.
Yep.
Oh, let's talk about the most upsetting one. Buccaneers Commanders.
Oh, my God.
The better team won.
I don't know, man.
Absolutely the better team.
This was like my favorite game to watch for the week. I thought Baker was going to pull out. I did. I thought
I was
gonna pull
dead.
out.
I mean, it was a joint field goal that got him the win.
Yeah.
Shout out to the rookie for carrying him down there.
I think these teams are so evenly matched.
Yeah.
In different ways, though. But they're evenly matched team. It could have went either way. Mike Evans is still killing it out there. Bucky Irvin's doing great. Yeah, Bucky Irvin should be their number 1 guy going forward.
He will be. You better draft Bucky Irving early next year in fantasy leagues.
And I'm not shying away from Baker Mayfield either. He showed me enough this year.
He should be a top 10.
I thought y'all broke up.
quarterback.
We did. But
He's open.
keep him. I'm open to
Side pieces.
Yeah.
Reunited and it feels so good.
So Commanders, Jaden Daniels 268, 2 touchdowns. He didn't run a whole lot. He ran he ran 13 times, but not for a whole lot.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot of yards. Hey, did you see that one hit where he knocked him out of bounds? You wouldn't run either. You wouldn't run
Yeah.
after that. After that hit, you'd stay in the pocket too.
He got a ticket to fly on Delta on that one.
Yeah,
Your
but
guy-
he needed a Guardian hat.
Your guy McLaurin had 89 yards and a touchdown.
Man, Terry's great.
Scary Terry's the man.
Diami Brown.
Dude, he was a speedster in UNC. He was a speedster in UNC. It's taking him some time, but he's coming on.
I think you got it figured out.
Yeah, he was supposed to be like a big sleeper pick in that draft. I remember, and I was like, who is he? And then I watched him, because I always do my mock drafts, and I watched him, and I was like, this dude can fly.
Yeah. So last one, we already talked about it, but we're going to go over it with stats is Vikings and the Rams.
Well, hold on. We've been rolling over, so let's roll over to the game. The Commanders against Detroit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Commanders against Detroit.
Yeah.
It's not even going to be close.
Detroit just whoops them.
Detroit is going to show Jaden Daniels that he's not ready yet.
Well, David Montgomery's back.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Everybody's rested.
Everybody's ready.
the secondary is getting a little healthier for Detroit.
So I'm gonna make a bold prediction on this one because the Commanders' defense is so bad. Jameer Gibbs 2 touchdowns, Montgomery 1 touchdown,
Easily.
and Amon-Ra St. Brown 1 touchdown.
You forgetting Jameson Williams. I think he gets in there too.
I'm going to make a bold prediction.
Oh boy!
There won't be a punt this game.
Ooh.
Wow, it's going to be score.
No, they just both coaches don't believe in saying no to going to a 4th down.
That's true.
That's true.
That is true.
They'll be 4th and 12 at the 32-yard line.
So what's going to be the better game this week to watch? Washington, Detroit, or Bills, Ravens?
Oh,
Bills Ravens. Yeah.
I think Detroit's just going to waylay the Commanders early, and it's going to set the tone the rest of the game.
Dan Campbell has been for 2 weeks. I bet he's mad. They got a bye. He didn't get to play last.
Yeah.
We didn't get to play last week. He's probably in the yard beating up his kids.
My guys are getting lazy.
Put down the Madden. Down the Madden. Go hit each
They
other.
flying in other teams just to play on the off week.
Frankfurt Galaxy.
But Coach, I'm tired. No, we're playing 2 games this week.
I will say that
We just flew in the Jaguars and the Pats. Get yourself out there.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels will have a running touchdown in this one, and McLaurin will have a touchdown.
Yeah.
And that'll be it for me.
Terry's having the best year ever.
It's great.
Yeah, it's so good to see him back. And I picked. Look, I'll tell you what. Like, I think it's gonna be high scoring. I don't think there's gonna be many punts at all. I think this game. I think both. Like, I'm betting the over. Like, there's no doubt it's probably gonna be like 38-31, something like that.
For the Lions Commander.
Yeah, Lions Commander.
Yeah.
And Lions will win. And I think like it's gonna be 38-30. I wouldn't surprise me if the Lions got 40 points in this game.
Yeah. So if the over and under it starts with a 3, you got to take that.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be 47-48.
It's got to be 47-48.
We got to look at it. I mean, because this game is they don't punt. Both offenses are dynamic. The defense is both kind of. I mean, Aaron Glenn's done a great job with all the banged up. People on defense, but they're getting healthier, and this is just
Right.
This is going to be a fun game to watch.
The only game coming up that I would ever take the under on, and I don't know what it is yet, but it doesn't really matter to me, is the Chiefs-Texans game because they both have very strong defenses.
Yeah, and look, that you're talking about Joe Mixon may not play.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the kind of way I'm thinking. Like,
So you guys are going to stick with your Lamar wins Super Bowl, huh?
Yeah,
I am.
I can't do it.
Yeah, 27 year.
I watch the dude play. I watch the team play. Derrick Henry is on fire.
And that's the difference, isn't it?
I think it's Detroit, Baltimore, and I think they get it. I don't think it's not. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think the Ravens are going to beat the crap out of Detroit.
No, neither do I.
I think it's going to be close.
Yeah, the Ravens.
The problem is Jared Goff doesn't have legs like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. I'm going to stick with my Eagles pick.
Okay,
Yep.
awesome. Well,
That's it.
that's a breakdown of the playoffs. Boy, next week we're going to be probably eating some crow, huh?
Yeah,
Especially if there's a punt in that
not
game.
a Raven though.
Not a Raven.
No. Yeah. Man, I don't.
Yeah.
So what about Joe Burrow not even being in the conversation of the MVP?
But you got to get the playoffs regardless. I know he should have been. Statistically, he's one of the greatest years. Jamar Chase. I mean, if you're just making arguments, that guy was the 4th receiver to get the Triple Crown. I mean,
they were talking about Sam Darnold in the MVP race at one time, but they didn't talk about Joe Burrow, and it just doesn't make any sense to me.
yeah, that's another discussion. Because I could go on about how do you win 14 games and you got to go play you got to go visit. You're the visiting team and Los Angeles is burning down.
Oh.
So then they got to go to Arizona. Like, come on, man. Like, the NFL can do better than that.
One last thing that is burning me up.
Well, Burrow started the season off looking like Eminem. Maybe that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, he put a little bit more streak in his hair and it got better.
He lost himself.
So what's burning me up is this whole. So if the Chiefs would have won that last game instead of sitting all their players, they would have been playing the Bengals.
Yeah, that's just smart football.
I think teams that have it locked up should get an extra bye. That way you're not be able to play the system like that.
Well, I don't think that, but I do believe
they wouldn't be going forward if they play the Bengals.
This is something else.
Yeah, they actually got the easiest schedule going into the playoffs.
This is something else the NFL did. Okay, they added a wild card. They added a wild card team and got rid of one bye. Used to be 2 byes. Let's get back to that. Like the NBA, there's a 8 playoff team. There's a play-in tournament. Hey, man, like, if you're good, like in fantasy football, things NFL can learn from fantasy football. Best teams go.
Yep.
That's it. Okay? That's it. Win-loss. Hey, they won this many games. Hey, it's way harder for the Vikings to win 14 games in that division than it was for Tampa Bay to win 10 in that division.
Yep.
Well, all right. Same thing with the Rams. The Rams were playing the Cardinals and all them. Hey, they won 14 games going against Detroit, Green Bay, Chicago.
Yep.
They played San Francisco, who was an infirmary. Hey, there should be no reason why they have to go to Los Angeles.
Yeah, I don't.
There should be no reason.
I always thought I don't care about division.
14 wins. Those fans went. They pulled out that stadium. Hey, first of all, and then you got a team in Los Angeles that's barely appreciated.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, fix that.
Yeah, I always thought that it should be. I don't care about the division. It should be win-loss from number 1 to number 32.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, AFC.
Sorry.
If you have two teams in the playoffs.
In the playoffs. It used to. Hey, it worked for 40 years. It worked for 40 years, and then they do this, and now we're talking about.
It's all, hey, let's get these guys in. Let's let them try.
I apologize. Listen, if you
Trophies
agree,
for losers.
if you agree, if you got a soapbox, comment, send us a video.
Don't tell me it's because your team is your favorite and they finally got to go somewhere.
Yeah, don't say, oh, waving.
Saints didn't get to go. We don't care.
Yeah, we don't care.
We already knew.
Yeah, we already. Yeah.
When you suck that bad, they don't
we
push them in.
already
Yeah.
knew.
Hey, if they push them in, I boycott the NFL.
I was watching
That's my team.
in the beginning of the season. I was watching all the NFL news and coverage, and they were like, "Oh man, the Saints look great. Derek Carr looks great." I'm like, "Just wait."
Yeah, 2 games.
Just wait.
Man, it was
It's
crazy.
coming.
Yeah, when the second game came about, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Am I missing something here?
Oh, I knew old
And then-
Derek Carpage was coming out.
Yeah. Yep.
But
Right downhill.
listen, like we said, you got a soapbox, jump on it. How do you feel about the playoffs? What lineups are you looking at? What games are y'all looking forward to? Tell us about Amazon. Do you like the streaming services? Do you like the international games?
Netflix sucks.
Yep.
Yeah, terrible.
So, Next Level Studios, like, subscribe, comment. We want to give away some stuff. Interact with us, please.
Yes.
All right.
That's
Well,
it.
until next time, I'm Nick Tate,
Joe Caldera.
I'm Cadillac.
and we're out.
SmashMouth Footballerz.
I need the championship. Wait, we got a dream. Next to the team, yeah, we can handle it. Wait, soon as I go and I step in arenas, they call me the champ. They know what it is, know what I do, know who I am. Who don't understand? Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue. My ring, should be immortalized. Yeah, They know it's true.